Between 1935 and 1943, the United States government paid photographers to drive across the country and photograph its own people. And for every negative, somebody wrote a caption. This one reads, Westmoreland Project, Pennsylvania. Westmoreland County. Construction worker on the Westmoreland Subsistence Homestead Project. 12 words. Not one of them is his name. This is the one you already know. Ally Mae Burroughs. Same photographer, 1 year later. Her picture went into a book, and the book went into the century. Far more was photographed than was ever printed. The captions, though, were written for all of it, and they are not equal. Some run a full paragraph. Some run 2 words. This one is 9. Applicants waiting for jobs in front of FER offices, New Orleans, Louisiana. 9 words for a line of men that goes out of the frame. That is the whole record of everyone standing in it. In the autumn of 1935, Ben Shahn worked in New Orleans, a tailor at his machine, framed by his own doorway. Jackson Square, a man and a woman on a park bench, both in glasses, both looking straight back at the camera. The caption, seen in Jackson Square, New Orleans, Louisiana. Another bench, the same square, a woman with a case at her feet. The caption, seen in Jackson Square, New Orleans, Louisiana. Word for word, the same 6 words as the last one. Which is what a filing system does when it has run out of things it is willing to say. And then, for this man, in the same square, it says something else entirely. An old sailor snapped in Jackson Square, New Orleans. An old sailor, not a man, a sailor. Somebody looked at him long enough to decide what he had been. Down the river, at Point Elahash, a priest and a parishioner, at the cemetery fence, named by their roles and by nothing else. The captions were typed onto cards and filed with the negatives. Hoe Culture, Alabama tenant farmer near Anniston. 2 words for the work and 4 for the man. Indiana, 1938. Resettled farmer's wife, in parentheses, Mrs. Lester Barnes. She is filed under her job first and her husband's name second. West Virginia, September of the same year. A coal miner in Caples, McDowell County, photographed by Marion Post Wolcott. His trade is recorded and his nationality and his town. The same government was filming as well as photographing. Same years, same agencies, same hands. Yardman on Mine Railroad, Jefferson County, Alabama, and underneath, a line that is not about him at all, title and other information from caption card. The record telling you where the record came from. Not everyone in the file wore overalls. A station agent at Randolph, pencil in hand, September 1937. Weaving, Special Skills Division, Washington, D.C. The government photographed its own offices, too. Same division, same month. The printing of Stranded Mines, a lithograph by Bernarda Bryson. Here the caption gives a full name, first and last, and the title of the work. In that room, what was being made counted as art, and art gets credited. 4 miles away, a man on a hoe got 2 words. 3 years after New Orleans, Ben Shahn stopped in Worthington, Ohio. Three frames of the same man starting a Model T by hand, cranking it, the caption says, from before the days of the self-starter. A beauty shop on the same street, the same August. The shop gets its name painted on the glass. The people inside are not in the picture. 2 years earlier, and 600 miles northeast, Carl Maidan's on a street corner in Manchester, New Hampshire. And this photograph is filed under 4 words. Nick, Phillips, and wife. He has a name. She has a relationship to it. They were never meant to be read out loud. And then, once, the file opens all the way. Mrs. Lloyd, 91 years old, a victim of pellagra, mother of Miss Nettie Lloyd, born and reared in Orange County, and she has lived on this spot since her marriage, 69 years ago. "69 years, in September of 1939, which places her marriage in 1870 and her birth before the Civil War began." The caption goes further. It tells you how to find the house, the road leading off to the left of Route 54, about 4 miles west of Carrboro, North Carolina. Her daughter is named. She is not. In the longest caption in this film, she is Mrs. Lloyd. There is one more line that repeats across these records, and it has nothing to do with the people in them. Transfer, United States Office of War Information, Overseas Picture Division, Washington Division, 1944. That line is not about the war. It is about where the file ended up. In 1944, with the war still on, the collection was handed to the Library of Congress, negatives, prints, and every one of those typed cards, which is the only reason any of this can be read now. Whoever sat at a desk in 1936 and typed 12 words about a construction worker had no idea who would be reading them, or when, or why. They wrote them down anyway. Roadside advertising along Route 40, Central Ohio. 12 words, and not one of them his name. But the state is right, and the county is right, and the month is right, and he is still there, exactly where somebody filed him. None of these people were famous. Most of them were never named. All of them were photographed by their own government, written down, transferred, and kept. An old sailor, snapped in Jackson Square, they were here. If their story stayed with you, subscribe to Lost and Found Archives and help keep them from being forgotten.